Hey guys, welcome back to the Reed Homestead. Today we're going to do a quick review on the Husqvarna 460 Rancher after the first season of cutting wood. See how it's doing, some of the upgrades, some of the things I've learned, and we're going to go through some axes that I've collected and how to maintain them, how to polish them up, and what to do if in the event you get a vintage axe, which I recommend probably more than a new axe. But here's the Husky. After season one, I finally got my workbench built. It didn't cost me anything. I got a vise put in it so I can now properly sharpen this chain, as opposed to trying to do it either on the porch or on a stump or on the ground. So now I got a proper vise that I can hold this up with. And as you can see, those teeth are sharp. I mean, I'll do a video on sharpening, but here, just so you can see the gullet is sharp. I used it once in sharpening it, but yeah. The Husky's really done well. It's been very reliable. Very small things. I updated the dogs. The dogs that came with the Husky are kind of small. So I went with something a little bigger. I think I got that from Duke's on eBay. Duke's Chainsaw in California. But you can see a lot beefier, helps to keep the chainsaw steady when it's on the ground, as you can see. So that's good. Another thing, a little critique that I noticed is the Husky comes with a chain. Here, let's take a look. Okay, so let's see here. Which one's the Husky? Here it is. This is the Husqvarna chain that it comes with. And if you look real close in here, the depth gauge, right, between the teeth, one tooth, the other, right here. This is the depth gauge, okay? On the new chain for Husqvarna, I think they call it an X chain or something, but you can see it's got two depth gauges. So, and for some reason it was difficult to keep this one sharp. So I went and bought a semi-chisel Archer. I got two chains for $25 or something like that. They were here in 3 days. Very easy to sharpen. And I prefer it right now to the Husqvarna chain. Not a big fan of these double depth gauges. You can see there it is. But I also need to, sharpen that up and give it an honest go of it again. So, now, I don't really use this thing, so I went out and bought this new kit, just because the one that I was using, which is the, let's see, it's the 7/32 or 3/8 inch. I like the little bigger one. It fits there perfectly. You can get that gullet pretty good. So I went out and got another one. This one was getting, one of the problems I was having was the oil buildup on the chain. This wasn't catching as much. I tried gasoline. I tried everything to clean this off. Finally, I started using this, and I brushed this right on the chain and on the file, and a toothbrush, just right down both sides. Let it dry. It's not going to hurt anything. It's citrus strip, so a little stripper. Have a little stripper with you when you want to sharpen. Put it on there first. Put it on your file, whatever one you're going to use, and that helps the file grab the steel more, instead of just slipping because of oil buildup. So I'll do a a video just on sharpening. But yeah, so once I got it cleaned and degreased, we got that puppy sharp. So I've used it once. I'll take it back into the woods in a second. We could check it out. It's been starting one pull. So those are that's some feedback that I had on the chain, the X chain, speeder chain, whatever it's called, with a double depth gauge for safety. Not my favorite. So what else we got? We got some axes. Now I have the Fiskars model splitting maul and hatchet, and it was very difficult to just split wood with that little hatchet, and the maul is way too big for what I was using, what I needed it for. So I started looking for axes. This is the first one I got. It's that little marbles. You can find this on eBay. I think I paid $25 for it. It's carbon steel, real easy to keep sharp. So I started off with that one. I needed something a little bigger, so I got this here. This is a Expert. It's a Gamble's Expert Standard Quality. So you can see it's vintage. Cleaned it up a little bit. Wrap the axe handle. It's 28-inch cruiser axe. That's perfect when I'm cutting wood out in the yard, and I need to delimb or anything like that. Very easy to take care of. Vintage axe. Got an eBay. I think I paid $45 for it. And it's a reputable company, Gamble's. So that's good. So there's the marble. Wrap that too. And that's the Gamble cruiser axe. I'll do a video on how to do this wrap. I also use charcoal, cement glue and charcoal, activated charcoal to cover it. Then I bought this one. This is a True Temper Tommy axe. Pretty good. It's basically, so it's got the nail puller. This is a field axe basically. It's literally just a hatchet, you know, but it's got the nail puller. If you need it, you can use the back as a hammer. So that's good for the yard too. I ended up buying this from a fire department. They said it's a Kelly, and it was used on the railway back in the 1940s or 50s, so it's old. All this was mushroomed out. You can see the back. It's all dinged up. This was all mushroomed out. So I took a steel grinder, leveled it back out a little bit. I still got to polish it up, but you can see the big beefy cheeks on it. It's definitely a splitting axe. So good product, good steel. I'm going to wrap that. I'll do a video. I'll just wrap that one and show you how to clean them up. And then I got this. This is the first axe I actually hung on my own. I got the handle on eBay from what's the name of it's the Quaker and Five Girls or whatever it is, Mennonite, not Mennonites, but that account, they sell, this is a hickory axe, double bit. I got the head for, I think I spent $35 for the head. And then I got the handle, which is 32-inch for about $32. I'll do a video on how to hang an axe too. And what I use, basically, you can get this sharpening stone on eBay. That's salt and light. So 400 grit by 1,000 grit. That puts that fine edge on the axe. I also have a Good Job, which is a Good Job stone, which is circle. It's a Japanese product. Very good. If you need to, clean up your axe, get some rust off it, you could use something like this. I got that, I think at Home Depot for $4, just connection. I use it to clean my smoker too. When it rusts out, use this to get the rust off and then season it. And I also use, let me get this set. I use this. That's the metal grinder with a wood attachment. Not the metal attachment, but you do something like that there, and that lightly polishes the axe. I'm not going to get too far involved, but you can see it knocks the rust off and it doesn't get too far into the steel. So let's get back. I got some wood back in the fire pit. Did my first burn yesterday, so we'll go back to the woods and run the Husky and maybe split some stumps out. All right, let's go on back. Oh yeah, before I forget, here's the greenhouse. Still doing good. Got down to 40 last night. Everything's looking real good. There's some ghost peppers. Looking good. I'll be picking these soon. We'll do some flake, some hot sauce. This guy's coming back to life, so that's good to see. Corn still doing good. It was hot. I came out here 65 degrees out, and this, it was like a sauna. Peas are doing good. Those are the squash, and they've grown a lot just in a couple of days. Broccoli's coming up. Tomatoes are still doing good, and I've got some collards over there, right here in that corner. You can't really tell. There it is, right there in the corner, right behind this log. So there's collards, potatoes in that bucket, some corn. There's some carrots coming up. This is the Reaper plant. Oh. Starting to get ripe. Look at that guy. Look at his tail. Ooh. Can you see that? Hang on, let me get an angle. Now, looks like he's sticking his tongue right out at me. But that's good to see. So I hit the plants here, the pepper plants, with a little potash, some ash from the fireplace, and started producing a lot more flowers. It's good to see. Look at this guy. He was in here the other night. He's eating a fly right now. He's a yellow and black spider. What the heck? I leave him in because he's taking out some flies. If he starts wrapping up my pepper plants or anything, I'm gonna have to evict him. Beets are doing good over there. Here's the green pepper plant, still producing. Basil, Meyer lemon, more ghost, Maruga's over there. So garden's still doing good. Let's go on back to the pit. All right, so here's the fire pit anyhow. Get that fixed. Here we go. Here it is. It's basic. I'm not done finishing this. We dug a hole over here, and like I said, just did my first burn the other night. Just put some gravel around it for now. Lined it with stumps because I had a ton of wood. I built this little lean-to shed. This thing's last 4 years. It's been through 3 or 4 hurricanes, and it's still standing. I mean, it's not rocket science, although I did work at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, launch pad. This structure, basically I just laid down some wood here, put some going across, binded it, put some bracings on the side, did a little bracing up top here. It's pretty easy. No screws, just tied it in. And it's lasted, like I said, about 4 years and 3 or 4 hurricanes. It's still standing. So what I'm going to do is, I got all this new wood. I'm going to do a cabin back here where this is, extended out a little bit to either side, you know, here to over here, do a cabin, nothing real complex, and then have a little side unit for wood storage off of that. Eventually what we're going to do is concrete all this. So we're going to have a concrete pathway instead of the stumps. We're going to get stamper and do concrete down here. And then we'll have a ring going around where you sit. We'll do concrete and stamp that. So those will be updates. And then we're going to do, instead of these stumps here going all the way around, it's a pretty big area. We're going to do rock wall, slate rock, and then have a top on top so you have a place to sit. But this is basically the pit. That's the woodshed. Took a day to put together. So I'll just be cutting some of this wood here I got stacked. Got to get rid of that. I did take down about 17 trees. Started with this one here. This was a huge maple, double maple twin. Came down this way. And then I took down a bunch of trees over here. As you can see, they're lining. Some of them are still on the ground down there. In the early summer, got too hot. So my back isn't the best. Had a little L3 damage. So I'm waited till the fall. Now it's time to clean all this up, stack up the shed, and get ready to do some finishing touches on the fire pit back here. So let's find you a place to hang so you could check out the Husky. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. I've got some wood on the ground. We're just going to go ahead and give the Husky a pull. Let me get my gloves and see how they do. I'll just cut it right on the ground. Cut a line across the top. And then just turn the wood, cut the rest. So keeping it simple. So pump a little fuel in there. Pull the choke. Warm it up. Started straight up. So we're gonna let that cool down a little bit. And I've got a pile of stumps over here. We'll split some with the double hatchet, or the double bit splitting axe. So hang on. Okay, so this is just something I've been using. This as a splitting stump. It's huge. I don't know if you can tell, but look at the size of that wonky thing. This is something you could use if you don't have a vise for a workbench. You can get these. I think I paid $10 on eBay or something, $8. Basically, it's got little stakes in there, pointers right here and here, and you just find a split in the stump and drive this in, and then use this as your vise, and you can lock your chainsaw bar right here and sharpen that way. Okay, so if you don't have a vise, that's another alternative right here. I've used it a few times. It does work. So it's a little easier when you got a vise and you don't have to bend over and do it all on a stump. But here's your stump. Typically, you'll find a bunch of cracks in here. Find one that you like. This is one that I made just launching the double bit in there to carry it over. So you'll see, some of them have the axe mark. But basically, you just look for one of these cracks, and that's where you start your split, okay? And that's how you keep it easy, man. Without breaking your back. Right here, and then you're gonna go length right here, and then you're gonna go that way, okay? And by the time you notch out those, the rest is pretty easy to do. So, but let's get the double bit and have at it. Okay, hopefully that gives you enough room to see. I really need to get a better camera system here. I'm just using my phone, so keeps it simple. Could use a tripod system, but we'll get there. No big deal. So here's the double bit right here. Still sharp. You can see, got an edge. I don't know if you can see that or not, but like I said, you can get that metal grinder, use a wood attachment for it, and that'll polish it right up. Whatever you buy vintage wise, you can get that looking brand new. So that's pretty cool. So let's see how it works. Again, this is a vintage. This is a little wobbly. So we're just gonna flip that. Got a little piece of fungus growing on the stump. So I'm just gonna knock that off. Okay. Basically the same idea. Cracks go all the way through, so. Yep. There it goes. Use that for some firewood. Yeah, it wants to go. Well, anyhow, that's it. Well, let's finish this one off. And, got a knot right in the middle. So we're going to go to the right of the knot. Once you get that initial split, it makes it easier. So now we're going to go to the left of the knot. That's pretty good. All right. So there we go. That's where you guys were sitting, right there. I use rocks apparently. We're going to do a fire tonight. There's the splitting log. It's been there for a couple years. I need to get the bark off it and stuff, but pretty solid. Those are the stumps. I got some work to do, obviously. So, and there's the woodshed for now, until I get a cabinet put up and a woodshed over here, riding caddy, you know, on the side. So, that's it. That's the pit right here at the Reed Homestead. I got a lot of work to do. So, thanks for watching, guys. If you found that this video is instructive or helpful in any way, hit the thumbs up, man. Give me a subscribe. Kids are having a great time, and we'd love you to come along and join us. Until the next time, we'll see you. God bless.